What's up, my crypto legends? Today, the Bitcoin price, we can still see that we are in this descending wedge. All right, the price is going sideways here with very low volume. So we are looking for that explosive breakout in between today and tomorrow, potentially. I'm going to discuss some potential scenarios here in the immediate short term that we could take advantage if we break up or we break down, guys. So make sure to stay tuned. We also take a look at the S&P 500. Got this massive rejection here mentioned yesterday from this support, turning it into resistance, having this major dip with volume. Now, what is going to happen? Are we going to have that double bottom recovery, or are we going to have a relief rally and continue to the downside? This is something that we're going to take a look today, guys. So make sure to smash up the like button. Let's go straight into the video. Hello there, Andy here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin and crypto, and also do live streams to connect with the community. Not financial advisor, so don't buy or sell anything that I say. Now let's dive in here straight onto the 4-hourly chart, because we are still going sideways inside of this descending wedge. Okay, right over here, we are still going sideways here inside of this descending wedge, which is slightly bullish. So what we're going to take a look right over here is the immediate short term, okay, on the 4-hourly first. And you can clearly see that we were taking a look at these higher lows right over there and lower highs, creating kind of this symmetrical triangle. We did have a kind of a fake out yesterday right over here. There's absolutely no volume at all, and we didn't break here from the last higher low. As you can see, this is the last higher low. We went exactly to the same level. So now potentially this pattern is changing form. We may be creating a descending triangle, because we have retested 3 times this same level, and this is the 40,650 approximately. Okay, as you can see, it is a descending triangle because we are creating lower highs here on the 4-hourly, and we're having a floor retesting it several times, as you can see, which is the $40,700 more or less. This is plus minus a few hundred. Because of the volatility, we might see some wicks. Now we want to see a very strong 1-hourly candle at least, okay, closing below this major support from this descending triangle, okay, with some pretty high volume. We want to see the volume something like this or something like this on the 4-hourly, even better. If we do manage to have a nice 4-hourly 1-hourly candle with some pretty nice volume, guys, it is very likely that we will finally retest the $37,000. This has been a major support right over here when we started pumping just after July. As you can see, in August we did manage to get above this $38,000 major resistance and bouncing very nicely as support. So this would be the moment where we are going to have all the eyes on Bitcoin to see what is going to happen next, because we should be holding this level. And why should we be holding? Because of the Fibonacci retracement. It's going to be the golden pocket area. We might see a lot of volatility around this range. Also, like I mentioned before, if this were to be an ABC correction from this massive pump that we had in July, then I'm expecting here this ABC to finish around about $38,000. This being the A, the B, and with a Fibonacci extension, it helps us to see the 100% move of the C correction, which would be around about $38,000, just below $38,000, potentially hitting $37,000. Now, if this pattern were to play out in the next coming day or two, because we still have a lot of room here to finish inside this descending triangle. Now let's take a look at the bearish case scenario, because it would be getting the width here of this descending triangle, and from the breakout you can see that we could come as low as $37,000 approximately, as you can see. So if we do break out tomorrow, for example, we might be dipping here in the next few hours from tomorrow. It might take 2 days to come as low. Usually when we drop pretty fast, so this maybe will be tomorrow or after tomorrow. And as you can see, the measured target is round about that just below $38,000. So we might see a little bit of volatility. The support here from this descending wedge managing to hold very nicely, because I don't believe so that we are going to dip below here and have a massive crash going to the $30,000. I think this is very unlikely. We should be getting strong support if this bearish case scenario plays out. Now, if the bullish case scenario plays out and we break the resistance with some pretty high volume, stay very cautious, guys, because we can see a lot of fake outs during this moment. Now, we want to see a very nice volume, something like this here or something like this on the 1 hourly. I don't think we're going to reach this amount of volume, but maybe at least something like this. You want to see the volume spiking out, being more than the rest here for the last few days. And from the breakout here of this major resistance of these lower highs, this is what we want to see. The potential measured target here move is all the way up to $47,000. Now, stay very cautious with this. I'm going to be updating you, okay, with this potential move. We want to see a strong candle. Be careful with fake outs. Don't rush into a trade. I'm waiting for the candle to have some pretty good volume, some pretty good price action to the upside, breaking this lower high, because a fake out, you know, a lot of the times fake outs pump up, okay, breaks a resistance and doesn't manage to get above the last lower high, right, which would be this one right over here at about $44,300. So sometimes you do break out from the resistance, you don't manage to break out the last lower high, and then you come back in. Okay, this is a very likely scenario. Also, we want to see very strong volume breaking this $44,300 with some pretty good volume. Then you could be pretty confident that this will be hitting $47,000, which is the measured move target. Okay, this would be if the breakout was going to be tomorrow. Okay, if we could break today, and the target would be a little bit higher, just around about $47,500. Now, this is something that we're going to pay attention in the next coming days. But guys, remember, we are in a trend to the downside. So the most likely scenario, also, this is a bearish pattern descending triangle. The most likely scenario would be breaking the major support, tackling that $37,000, which would be the ultimate bottom here, in my opinion, for BTC. We have to see the price action. If we do create a lot of panic in the market, we could have a cascade event that happened, something very similar to here. Okay, so it all depends on the sentiment of the market. If we suddenly see a lot of people bearish, being scared, we could have that cascade event falling below $36,000, pushing us down to $31,000. Now, this is possible, guys. It all depends on the reaction of the people. If you want to take advantage of these moves, you are an experienced trader, PrimeXBT, my favorite day trading platform. You get 50% added to your deposit with my link, and Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code for swing trading to leave a position open for over a week. I like to use Bybit because of the fees. You can get up to $600 worth of bonus with my link in the description. All right, so let's take a quick look at the S&P 500, because the S&P 500, we did have this massive rejection at this major resistance of this support of this uptrend. Now we have broken the structure. What is going to happen to the S&P 500? Well, strangely enough, we are forming, okay, also a small bullish pattern, which is this descending wedge. All right, as you can see right over there, we are kind of forming this descending wedge. We do have these lower highs and we have these lower lows. Now, what is going to happen next? Because if I do get the volume out, all right, we are maybe going to expect like a double bottom recovery, right? We've had this one over here, and then you can see that we recovered nicely, continuing to the upside for the next few months. Now, the thing is about this W is that we had huge amount of volume on the price action going down. On the recovery, we saw the second dip not having any volume at all, and then on the recovery we can see volume spiking, okay, meaning that the bulls are fighting on this recovery. So on the second attempt we didn't see any volume at all. This is why we had this very nice recovery on this W bottom, as you can see, this double bottom pattern. Now, the difference about this one right over here is that we are seeing pretty high volume on this second dip. So we have this dip over here, high volume, the recovery with volume going low, and the second dip has been pretty aggressive, a huge amount of volume here, as you can see on the chart. Now, what usually happens when you do see the second dip with as high volume as the first one, this means that the bulls want to gain control for the next coming weeks potentially. Now, if we do see a nice recovery here from the bulls with very nice volume, you know, this is going to all depend in between today and tomorrow. If we start getting up here for the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones, you know, potentially hitting that golden pocket 50% levels, this is the moment there we want to pay attention to the volume. Okay, let's see how the recovery is going to be in between today and tomorrow, because if the recovery has very high volume, then this is going to be looking very, very bullish for a very nice V-shape double bottom recovery. But in between today and tomorrow, if we see a lot of candles here with very low volume, guys, be very cautious. This might mean that the S&P 500 is going to have another third leg down. Okay, first, second, third leg down. Okay, tackling below the 4,300 points here, where we have a massive support. As you can see, we have been managing to get support very nicely here, and if we do break this level, this is going to be very bad for BTC. We could see BTC at 38, 37, and maybe even breaking that major support range. So all eyes also on the traditional stock market. This is super important, and this is going to be it for today's episode. Make sure to subscribe, guys. I'll be doing a live stream afterwards, so make sure to hit that notification bell. And if you haven't checked out Bitcoinsensus website, the latest news today is, are crypto assets indestructible? Here is what Elon Musk says, so make sure to check out this article. The link is down below on the Bitcoinsensus website. If you haven't seen my Bybit or my PrimeXBT tutorial to learn how to trade on those platforms, video on the screen now. Thank you, guys. I'll see you later.